So let me ask this question. When it comes to interpretation of non-Hindu religions in India under law or in any of the Islamic seminaries, which book which traces its origins to India is relied upon for interpretation of either Islamic law or Christian canon law? I'm trying to ask myself this simple question, since you're saying...
No, please explain to me in
आपके लिए
more
और थोड़ा मैं
detail.
सिंपल कर देता हूँ.
कर दीजिए.
जब आप फतवा जारी करते हैं, and I'm using the word fatwa as a legal finding, a judicial finding, not in the negative sense. Okay?
It is an advisory. It's
Exactly.
not a
No
judicial.
problem.
It's an advisory.
चाहे वो advisory
Supreme
हो या
Court has
binding हो,
said
जो
it's
कुछ भी.
advisory.
ठीक है.
Yeah.
So the question is, भारत के कौन से book में से आप अपने, let's say, interpretation को ढूंढते हैं? My point is, everything that relates to Islam necessarily comes from a book and commentaries which do not originate in India. Okay. Would that be a correct statement to make?
You're absolutely wrong.
Oh, please tell me.
You don't know.
Sahih al-Bukhari was authored in India.
Do you know Fatwa Alamgiri?
Go ahead,
Fatwa
please.
Alamgiri?
Oh, so you use Fatwa Alamgiri to actually...
Listen to me. Where was Fatwa Alamgiri written?
No. The question is, when you
sir,
issue a fatwa,
sir,
do you use the Quran or what are you using?
Are you debating with me or an anchor?
I am
You want
asking
to
you a
debate with me? I'll answer.
I am asking you a straightforward question.
I am answering you in a straightforward way. Please listen to me. You have.
Should I rephrase the question for you to understand
I have
it better?
understood. I understood where you're coming from.
Answer, please.
Do you believe that the Islamic law is only Quran and Sunnah? No. You're absolutely wrong.
Go ahead, please explain.
No, it is not.
Right.
It is Quran, it is Sunnah,
right.
It is the judicial or the fatwas given. It is Sunnah is Hadith only.
Hadith only.
Then you have schools of thought.
Right.
Hanafi, Shafi'i, Maliki, Fiqh. Right. Then you have Fatwa Alamgiri. There are so many books.
So these schools of thought, what is the basis of the schools of thought? Is the
every religion, every school of thought.
Right.
Basically,
has the audience understood the question? Okay, great.
No, listen.
Yes, please.
Fantastic.
Right.
Majority of Indian Muslims are Hanafis.
Okay.
We follow Fatwa Alamgiri.
Okay.
And that protection, where it comes from? Article 26.
Okay.
Isn't it?
And what is the basis of Fatwa Alamgiri?
Fatwa Alamgiri is the opinion of the Islamic scholars who were born in India.
Based on what?
Based on Quran and Sunnah.
Thank you.
And also advice.
Thank you.
Listen, no. If you don't find an answer in Quran and Sunnah, then that is what the scholars do.
200 साल की परंपरा हम मान सकते हैं। से समाज बदल रहा है, जैसे परिवर्तन हो रहा है, वैसे हमें चेंज होना चाहिए। और वहाँ पे
को जरा सब्र करो।
अगर ऐसे कुछ गलत नियम होते हैं और वहाँ पे सुप्रीम कोर्ट का आदेश आता है, अभी भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कोई पाबंदी लगाई नहीं है, कोर्ट के आदेश के ऊपर कोई भी स्टे नहीं है।
अभिनव, मैं एक इनसे कह सकता हूँ। आप क्या कहना चाहती हैं कि कुरान गलत है जब वो कहती है कि औरतों को कैसे ड्रेस होना चाहिए? कुरान गलत है?
नहीं, कुरान गलत नहीं है।
अब क्या हो जाता है?
कुरान गलत नहीं, लेकिन
अब सडनली क्या हो जाता है? सारा प्रोग्रेसिवनेस कहाँ चला जाता है आपका?
नहीं, सुनिए,
बोलिए।
ये देखिए, कुरान के कुछ
सारी हिम्मत कहाँ गई? मैं से कह रहा हूँ कि कुरान में अल्लाह ने कहा है कि एक भी शब्द, एक भी चीज इट इज ऑल इनवायलेबल, आप चेंज नहीं कर सकते। अभी मैंने आपको 3 कुरानिक वर्सेस बताई हैं जो कि माइन्यूटली कह रहा है कि हाउ शुड विमेन ड्रेस। व्हाई डोंट यू से इट इज रॉन्ग?
नहीं, लेकिन
इट इज सो इजी टू एक्सपोज द हिपोक्रेट।
तृप्ति जी, मैं आपसे अभी भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कोई पाबंदी लगाई नहीं है, कोर्ट के आदेश के ऊपर कोई भी स्टे नहीं है, फिर भी वहां पे मैं
रुको जरा सब्र करो।
The Constitution is crystal clear on this. All fundamental rights are subject to the rights of other people, particularly when it comes to religious institutions. Your right as a believer is subject to the right of the institution and the right of the believer. That's it.
Was it not the same?
A few moments later.
It is surprising that we don't wish to respect the sentiments of those women who want to protect the traditions of the temple, and we seem to give more importance to those sections of people who want to challenge the traditions of the temple. So all I'm asking myself is, you want to respect sentiments, then respect sentiments across the board and not selectively. Second, whenever you bring in tradition, tradition is always going to be at loggerheads with modernity, but most importantly, a traditional place such as a place of worship cannot be expected to kowtow to the whims and fancies of modernity. Its loyalty is only to tradition, tradition, and tradition alone. Okay. 3, since we are all, I'm assuming we are all constitutional patriots, that seems to be the buzzword. The Constitution, from its origin, recognizes that one, whether a temple is a private property or not, it is certainly not public property, in the sense that when you enter a temple, you cannot enter there as a matter of right. It is a privilege, and there is a reason for it. You can practice your faith in the private confines of your home, whichever way you want to. If you choose to establish a temple of your own, even that could offend sentiments, because if it goes against tradition, people have a right to object to it. But you're going a step further, which is to say that I will enter the place of worship of a certain community, and I will impose my individual will on that particular institution at the expense of everybody else's sentiments. No jurisdiction in the world, and I repeat, there is no jurisdiction in the world, no civilized country in the world, not even the United States, which allows the judiciary to sit in judgment of a religious practice independent of state action. Okay? So the first thing that I'm telling myself, so what are the broad points? One, the right of an individual when it comes to a public place of worship is necessarily subservient to the rights of the believers. आप घर में बैठ के जब आप मूवी देख रहे हैं, आप अपने सर पे पॉपकॉर्न डाल लीजिए, किसी और के सर पे पॉपकॉर्न डाल लीजिए, आप चिल्ला लीजिए, उससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. लेकिन अगर आप सिनेमा थिएटर जाएंगे तो आप पब्लिक जगह पे जा रहे हैं, तो जिन्होंने पैसा दिया है उस मूवी को देखने के लिए, आप उनके राइट्स को भी रेस्पेक्ट करेंगे. As simple as that.
आनंद.
Snoop Dogg.